My people, you see this man here? I believe he is very familiar to most of us, as he is now at the center of discussion following the reported US bombing in Sokoto. Now, why is Sheikh Gumi the talk of media outlets and social media platforms in the past few days, especially after the reported US airstrikes targeting suspected militant camps? In this report, I'll gist you all you need to know. Hello, my beautiful people, and welcome back to Gist
It's
Angle,
just
your home
Angle.
for hot gist and verified news updates. So today we focus on why Gumi's reaction has left many Nigerians shaking their heads. According to multiple reports, the US military allegedly conducted airstrikes in Sokoto, targeting locations linked to extremist groups. These strikes were reportedly aimed at curbing terrorism and ensuring the safety of local communities. While many Nigerians reportedly welcomed the intervention, seeing it as necessary to protect lives. However, Sheikh Gumi's reaction has reportedly stirred a massive controversy. He reportedly warned that allowing foreign military forces to operate on Nigerian soil could threaten national sovereignty and might escalate tensions in the region. Many Nigerians, however, are questioning his stance. They feel that while the principles of sovereignty is important, the immediate threat of terrorism cannot wait for political niceties. Social media is reportedly ablaze with criticism, with some accusing Gumi of sympathizing with terrorists instead of standing firmly against them. What makes this more contentious is the human cost. Families, farmers, and school children in the region reportedly face daily danger from violent extremists. To many Nigerians, any hesitation in supporting actions that neutralize terrorists, even if foreign-led, is seen as a painful disconnect from reality. Gumi's reported emphasis on sovereignty is therefore being interpreted as tone-deaf or even dangerous. Yet, to be fair, Gumi reportedly insists that Nigerians themselves should take responsibility for their security rather than relying on external forces. He warns of the potential for religious and regional tensions to flare if foreign military operations become too visible or prolonged. Critics, however, argue that terrorist attacks already tear communities apart, so the question becomes, whose side are we on? The citizens' safety or abstract principles? The uproar shows how sensitive this issue is. Some analysts reportedly say Gumi's statement could embody terrorism if they perceive divisions in how Nigeria responds to threats. Meanwhile, citizens continue to debate whether his concern for sovereignty justifies seeming indifference to lives at risk. Now, let's take a closer look at why Sheikh Gumi's comments have stirred so much anger and debate. First, we have to remember that this isn't the first time Gumi has made statements that spark controversy. Over the years, he has spoken about terrorism in ways that many people found questionable, and this adds weight to why Nigerians are reacting so strongly this time. People are beginning to wonder if this pattern of remarks shows a bigger problem with how some influential voices talk about violence in our country. Next, there is the issue of public trust. Religious leaders hold a special place in society. Many look up to them for guidance, moral leadership, and reassurance in times of crisis. When someone like Gumi appears to sympathize with violent groups, it shakes confidence. People feel that instead of being a voice of reason, he is causing confusion and even fear. We also need to consider the wider effect on Nigeria's international relations. Report of his sympathy for terrorists could be seen outside the country and might make it harder for Nigeria to work closely with partners like the United States on security and counter-terrorism efforts. Leaders and citizens worry that such statements could damage Nigeria's image abroad. Social media has amplified everything. Platforms like X, formerly Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram have turned Gumi's comments into trending topics. Nigerians are sharing their angers, memes, and opinions, making this more than just news. It's a national conversation. Some are calling it dangerous, while others are debating freedom of speech versus moral responsibility. Speaking of responsibility, many argue that religious leaders have a duty to condemn violence clearly. People expect them to guide society, especially when innocent civilians are affected. When Gumi's statements seem to side with militants, it sparks questions about whether he is fulfilling that duty. We should also think about the people directly affected. Sokoto's residents and families who have suffered from terrorist attacks may feel ignored or invalidated by these comments. Imagine going through trauma only to hear someone of influence seeming to excuse those who caused it. That pain is real, and many Nigerians feel it deeply. Several civil groups and citizens are now demanding accountability. They want him to clarify his statements, apologize, or at least engage in a serious discussion about the security challenges we face. The public sees this as a test of leadership and responsibility, not just for Gumi, but for all influential voices in the country. It's also interesting to note that other religious leaders have openly condemned the US bombing. This contrast makes Gumi's remarks stand out even more and has intensified criticism. Nigerians are comparing positions and questioning why a respected cleric would diverge from what many see as the right moral stance. Politically, some fear that Gumi's statement could be exploited. Extremist groups or politicians might use them to push agendas that could worsen security or political tensions. It raises the stakes beyond just public debate. There are real consequences for policy and safety. Finally, my people are thinking about Gumi's future influence. Will this controversy reduce his ability to shape public opinion? Will it hurt his reputation in the long term? Many Nigerians are watching closely to see how he responds, knowing that this moment could define his legacy. All these points together show why emotions are running high. While some celebrate his bravery to speak, most Nigerians feel the pain and risk behind his comments. It's a delicate situation that continues to unfold. These are the questions Nigerians are asking right now. Why is Sheikh Gumi focusing on sympathy when many Nigerians are focused on ending terrorism once and for all? Should religious leaders openly criticize foreign military actions without first condemning the terror groups involved? Is Gumi speaking from a place of peace advocacy, or does his reaction disconnect him from the pain ordinary Nigerians feel daily? Why do Nigerians seem more united in anger against Gumi's comments than against the actual terrorists themselves? At what point does calling for dialogue begin to sound like excusing violence? This conversation affects all of us. Drop your honest thoughts in the comments respectfully. Do you agree with Gumi's reaction? Or do you think Nigerians are right to be angry? Like this video if you believe terrorism must be condemned clearly. Share it so more voices can join the discussion. And don't forget to subscribe to Gist Angle for verified news and real conversations that matter.
It's just Angle.